You may find, as you listen inside, that something's already shifting. Maybe that shift is soft, subtle, or maybe it's like a sun breaking through clouds. Because you can remember something you didn't know you knew. Like how sometimes you realise the thing that held you back was never the wall, just the shadows on it. If you ever tried to please someone and still felt empty, then you already know what it's like to hand away your power piece by piece, opinion by opinion, until one day you wake up and realise you're never obligated to shrink for anyone else's comfort. And isn't it interesting? The moment you decide to accept yourself, they no longer have power over you. Because people's opinions, they're just echoes. And echoes don't define the mountain. And you, my friend, are the mountain, not the wind that rushes past it. And just for a moment, imagine every judgment that ever came your way was actually a gift, wrapped in disguise of resistance, a mirror reflecting not your truth, but their own fear, their own story, their own limit. So you can stop trying to fix what was never broken, because you were never broken, just borrowed by beliefs that didn't belong to you. You see, a belief is just a thought that you kept thinking. When you change that thought, the belief falls like leaves from an autumn tree, and the roots remain strong, deep in who you truly are. Now imagine you're standing in front of a buffet of identities, each plate filled with traits and truths and tones and textures. And some you used to pick out of habit, like judgment, like shame, but today your hand moves differently. It reaches for self-love. It chooses worthiness. It selects freedom from needing approval. Because isn't it fascinating? Needing approval is just forgetting you already are the approval. They told you to fit in, but your soul was built to stand out, to shine, even when misunderstood, to radiate even when unseen. Because when you know who you are, you no longer need them to agree. Have you ever noticed how a flower doesn't change its colours because the bee prefers red over blue? It blooms because blooming is what it's here to do. And so are you. You bloom in truth. You blossom into power. You radiate in authenticity. You're the cause, not the consequence. You're the creator, not the critic. You're the source of your own validation. And now, even if you hadn't realised until now, each time you said, I matter, you were carving a new neural groove, a path paved with presence, not performance. The unconscious, it listens, it responds to the rhythm of repeated truth, just as water shapes stone. Your affirmations, I'm worthy, I'm loved, I'm enough, they reshape themselves silently, profoundly, without needing to prove. And if someone says, you should be more like this, you can smile because this is enough. You no longer ask permission to exist as yourself. Others' opinions, they're like weather patterns. While you used to dress for their forecast, now you carry your own sun inside. And the warmth you radiate doesn't flicker when they frown. It's self-sustaining, because now you've remembered your energy is your power. When you reclaim your energy, you reclaim your choices. And when you reclaim your choices, you reclaim your life. So maybe now or maybe later you begin to notice how often you pause and smile at the freedom of simply being unapologetically you. You stop trying to change the world before loving yourself. You love yourself first and watch how the world responds. Because you become magnetic with presence. The right people and possibilities appear effortlessly. Because your truth, spoken with quite certainty, is more powerful than 1,000 words shouted in doubt. You already know who you are, and each moment you act in alignment, you deepen that knowing. Isn't it beautiful? Just by being yourself, you give others permission to do the same. You're not here to be small. You're not here to seek approval. You're here to be you, fully, fiercely, freely. So now, some part of you begins to accept completely, to approve unconditionally, to walk forward effortlessly, as if it was always this way. because now, maybe it is.